So welcome back to Elements of Design. So if you are on modules, you'll go down to the second part of lines, shapes, and composition. You'll click on that. And then you'll see that you will watch the first video. And if you haven't watched the first video, you must watch the first video before you start the exercise video, which is what you're watching now. So stop and go back and do that. Below here, I haven't attached it, but you will have the provided template. All right, so you will download it and you will open up this. This will be blank, but I started a composition to kind of show you what I'm expecting. Go back to your original line and shape sketches, and you'll want to copy all of them. Obviously, complete all of them. We will select them all using the selection tool. We will do Command-C, and then we'll go back to the new file that we are working on. And now if I use the hand tool, I can move it over so you can see that I have placed it on the outside of the artboards. I have created 3 artboards for you. You can see that they're here. At the end, you want to make sure you save it with artboards. You did not do that last time because this was its own singular page. This one has more than one, so we need to do that. So again, reminding how you can zoom in. You can zoom using the zoom, click on it, and then select the corner and pull it. Or you can do the command minus or plus. If you need to move the page around, you use the hand. You will need to use the tool for typing. So this is the type tool. I have already indicated all the type you need. You would just need to decide which one composition principles you want to use. So here I use unite, variety, scale, proportion, emphasis. There's a diagonal emphasis. I think that also darkness on the bottom creates, for proportion, you can see that there's big black spaces at the bottom, which is also showing scale. So from the unit above is a connections of little parts all put together. One is separate from the other, but the scale of these little marks here allows the eye to move throughout the page. Variety. There's a variety of different marks on this page. There are a few similar ones, but there are a majority are variety. So really be able to think about how each one of them are indicated here and how many of these you can use. Could I have used balance? Sure, but you want to make sure it's the most clear, the selection tool. So I will copy, paste, and I will drag it over to the area I want. So using the selection tool, you have the ability to rotate, and you also have the ability holding shift to keep the shape and object at the same scale. You can make it smaller and larger. You can, again, do more copying and paste. Copy V if you want to make duplicates for patterns. Think about if you get a whole bunch together, you do copy and paste, now you've got them doubled. You can also change the color from black to white if you're going to do an overlap. So do this triangle, I'm going to copy it, I'm going to paste it over here. I'm going to make it bigger, holding shift to keep the scale. And I'm going to take one of these and I'm going to put it on top. Now it looks like it's on top, but it might not be. So you would go to Object, Range, Front. Anytime you put something on top of another shape, you need to make sure you know where it's located. Now we can go and we can change the color. Now we can click on here, or we can click here. And now the shape is white, filled in white instead of the black. And think about how to crop. Like, does this crop out here? Do you crop the image off the page here? And a good way to see how your page is looking as a final composition, you can just go up to View and then you need to go to Trim View. You'll just see how it looks if it was printed out. And then you go back to View and click off the trim. So take your time through this and really think about the composition. You're going to use more than one of these definitions to explain your composition. So list the ones you're going to use. I don't want to see all of them listed. I want to see only the few that you are using as a focus. So as you can see, I've only used a few of the shapes. I want to make sure that you use all the shapes that you have created in the last assignment. So this will be filled, you will copy and paste them over, and each one of these pages will be filled with all of them. I'm fine with one being a minimalist, so small amount of objects, but the composition must be excellent. Really want you to work with complicated shapes and lines to create a dynamic composition using the elements of design. All right, I can't wait to see what you design. I hope you have fun with this. All right, saving a PDF with artboards. You can see that we have 3 artboards, 1, 2, and 3. They're labeled correctly, but I would want more. But let's just say we're actually done. We go to File, Save As. And the first thing I want to do is just save it as an Illustrator file. So make sure it says Illustrator AI and save this on your desktop. Somewhere in a folder, you want to always keep the original file. And then I'm going to do Save As. I want to make sure that then it is changed to a PDF and that this says Use Artboards and all. So I want to make sure that those artboards are changed. Make sure you put in your name because this will be coming to me and I want to see who it is when I download it. So then you hit save after you're sure that this is accurate. And then here it's the same thing. Turn off all of these. You want to make sure that none of these options are on, which will make the smallest file you need. Hit save. And that should be it. Make sure you always open up your PDF before you send it to me. So what you should get is a file that you can see all your compositions. 3, 2, 1. You will just post this on Canvas.